Good morning, guys. It's February the 24th. I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group. I'm just going to run through what I'm looking for the coming trading day. So Euro went pretty much sideways yesterday for the whole of yesterday. Everyone was waiting for this break, sort of through 110. You had an initial push down, sort of from about 110.30 area, and it hit the floor down at 110.10. At 110 and sort of held down there. We got a little bit lower down. We got a spike down into 109.80. 5. So what now for the euro? Well, on my daily, I've got a custom moving average that's kind of come in, and we have tested that yesterday. Just looks like this move's slowing a bit, so I think a pullback may actually happen today. 109.80 was a level that I had in, and we could actually bounce it in decision day yesterday. So obviously this could continue, and certainly if it sells off through this line, I'm actually going to have another 15-minute counter trend line in, which I assume I've already got in. So this is my counter trend line that I'm looking to break. And if this goes through after a lower high, then I'll obviously sell this. But other than that, high here, and I think up through sort of 110.25, I think you could start to see this trade a little higher today. So where could you take it to? Well, I think the first, you run into some moving averages up at 110.70. I think that's probably quite a good first level. But other than that, 111.20, and on the day we've just pulled nicely back into the buy zone. So we're back down to 61.8, and we could now start to turn over. So today might not be the clearest day for euro dollar, but I think that if we do get a bullish close today, then I think that does open up the top side once more for this pair. Cable, let's have a look at cable. So cable, yeah, again had a really bearish day yesterday. We are on the way now down to the D. So we have passed through 139.90, which is my level. So I'm just being a bit wary of that one, and I'll tell you the reason why. So if people class this as a 38 pullback, then great, but we are at the 127. Now, this is often a really good bounce zone. So down here at 139.65, it's certainly a good little area for this potentially to bounce. So should I see this trade back up and I get a close back up through 139.80, I'll probably be looking to just buy a bit of this. Be very wary with where it's going to go, obviously, because it could just be a quick move and continue on down. But maybe we buy this back up. You see a little pullback, maybe it goes back to test these lows up at 140.60, and even goes back up to test the 38 up there at 141.85, which obviously is a long way up. And I've also got a daily level up there. So obviously things don't move down in a straight line. This market does look fast though, and a quick move, should it close below the 127, down to 138.50, can be expected, and that's sort of 120 pips away at the moment. So we could have a nice move in cable today. There's nothing much to stop it getting down there. I think should it get down to 138.50, I think we probably push through and hit that daily D down at 138. So if it's a quick move, that's what we could see in cable. But I'm just going to wait to see what happens here. I'll only be selling this on a good bearish break through sort of 139.65, so I'll be looking for 55s probably. But at the moment, I think that this lines nicely up on the 15 as well as a 127 fades as well. So back to 140.90, that's saying. So let's see what that looks like on my hourly. 140.90. Aha, now that takes you back to the lows. So 140.90 could be a really good buy up to, sorry. So if you get a double bottom here, I'll be looking to buy that back up to 140.90. I think that could be quite a good trade for today, one that I'll be looking for now that's on my watch list in cable. So that's what I'm looking for that one. Dollar yen looks like it just wants to continue. We're just slowing a little bit. Again, this 8's holding really well. So maybe you pull back into the 8 and then we fail again. It seems to want to retest this every time, and every time I've kind of sold this and then waited before waiting for that to be retested. I've sat offside for the majority of the day, but it seems to be following these fibs down now. We are at a D. We are at a confirmed D now, so that's much more positive for this one. And I think I've pulled back up to 112.35. Now, where would that lead us? 112.35 gives. Okay, so it's not that far up, but it could be a good little buy, a quick little buy back up to 112.25. And again, I'll be looking to fib that upwards, and we could actually see that 8 tested. So if we get, let's map that. So if we get a pullback up to 112.25, which is the D, let's have a look at that. Where does that take us to? 112.70. Okay, so we get a back up. So the second fib up takes us back towards the 8 moving average. So we could see that. So we could see a bit of yen weakness, which means obviously if we're playing cable as well, I think you could see pound yen rally potentially. Okay, dollar CAD's broken through its outer trend line. Now this is a definite show of strength now for me for dollar CAD or Canadian weakness certainly. So just zoom out here. Let me have a look at this. I've just turned a few of the indicators off so it doesn't look so crowded. But this is a big trend line break for me, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to start to be a bit more cautious of this. It's got a nice bottoming sequence here. This is something I like to see. You failed down at here. Well, it's the third time it's failed down at 136.60, and I've certainly started to map now the top side of this one. So we did finally hit that D up there, and the pullback now takes us to 139, which again is the next level up. So if we do get that today, if we get a pullback, we've pulled back to 38 already. So I'm certainly going to be a buyer of this one today. I think if you get a pullback and go, 139 is the target, and that takes you up to a good daily level. It's also kind of the top of that range area as well, so I think that could be quite a good trade. And if you break the 8 on the day, I think this one then trades considerably higher, and you then get that pullback potentially to 144, which is what we were talking about yesterday. So Aussie dollar, have a look at that one as well. So Aussie against at the top of its range. What did it do on terms of the day? Let me just get my daily chart up. So yeah, we bang up at the top there. We got up to 72.60 and rejected. So a good level of resistance up there. That did hold really well. But again, the H is chasing this up now, and 71.60 is the level where I like to probably be a buyer through here. But again, we are at the top of this range, so if we kind of see a lower high made now and we go through 71.60, then I'll be looking to sell this back down to 70.70 and then 70.30. If not, if the push continues on up, it's going to have a good level of. In fact, I could probably draw quite a good trend line in there. Yeah, so if you have that push up, then I think 72.60 obviously is the one that you've got to watch out for. But I think through there, 73, yeah, 73.20 is my level that I'm going to be looking for. Certainly 73 as a seller as well. So Aussie looks like it a bearish day yesterday. If you take what's happened in the past in the Aussie, we kind of made this, looks like a similar sort of move. You've had this one bob, you've had this double kind of push once, twice, so once and then twice, then it falls off and then it has this big push up and you finally make a once high and double high, and then let's see if the MACD is diverged on those highs. So you got one high there, and then you got the other high. Yes, you got MACD divergence as well on those highs. So you could see this sharp drop now as well through 71.60. So watch Aussie dollar through 71.60. I think that's probably quite a key level as well. And then the Kiwi finally, that had an even more bearish day than the Aussie did. Finally, we've got to the top there of that range, 67 area. We got up to 67.30, and actually then that's when we sold off quite sharply. So now we're back down here. So as we go on, what the past did, we have an indecision day, and then tomorrow is the day where this sells off again. So should that happen, that's what I'll be playing. So you've got the pullback to the 38 already. We've kind of on the fifth fib sequence down. The D takes us back down to 65.60, which is the perfect level of support that I'm looking for. So maybe we get a pullback, a lower high made in that one, and I think you see then Kiwi sell off as well. So quite a fair bits. I thought it was going to be quite a choppy day. It does look like nothing's trending and particularly clear, but be looking for those opportunities that we mentioned. Click subscribe to never miss a video again, and happy trading. Thanks very much, guys.